Clash of Clans podcast, episode 54.
The epic 54.
The epic 54. War, 21 and 4. And we're back with the Clash of Clans, the fans of the stands. I'm your pal, Scotty and Boneyard. I'm here with my pal, Scotty. Hey, Scotty.
Hey.
Hey, what's happening, buddy? We got Lady B in the studio.
Just hanging out today.
She's just
background vocals.
She's over here.
Background vocals. Yeah, I'm backup.
She's on backup. Sitting here at the WBSMT studios talking all things Clash of Clans.
Oh, my God.
And the Clash of Clans podcast. This is the biggest thing ever.
Oh, my God.
It's the miracle matchup.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So what
Last time we talked about starting the House of L, right? We did that. We had some battles. You guys had some battles. I had some battles over the House of Zod. I'm trying to run the House of Zod. You know, you can't. I'm over at Player One doing my thing and raiding and trying to update that stuff, upgrade that stuff. You're doing the same thing with Zace. Actually, you're a busy dude, so you're actually doing.
And these are our second accounts.
Yes, Zace and Player One. You're doing even less over in my clan and the House of Zod. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And the House of Zod. So I don't see you much, but I'm over in there and I'm back and forth, and we're trying to.
My upgrades are taking so long right now.
You guys have been doing super good. You had a. And House of Zod, I don't know if we talked about...
Well, let's just give a little bit of background quick. House of L was formed 10 days ago now.
10 days? Okay.
Okay. So it formed right when the podcast aired.
What's the date today? July
10th.
The House of Zod formed June 3rd. No.
Yeah, we should probably put that on the record, huh?
Was it June 3rd? It was June 3rd. It was a Thursday. And my birthday was...
Before your birthday?
It was before my birthday. And it was June 3rd. I remember the 3rd. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
So House of L formed out of the idea that, Boneyard was just like General Zod and thought that our clan was his clan. So I said, I'm breaking off and going
No.
the House of L.
Let's get this correct. You said, I don't want anything to do with leadership. You're in charge of everything because you're being a jackass. And you're like,
okay, this is all in the air, by the way.
I made him.
Which you were a jackass.
That's fine. But
Scotty said something. Scotty has been demoted.
That was a lot of fun.
Okay.
But Scotty said, I made you leader right away. You're doing your thing. Because I started the clan and I got...
No, I started the clan.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
No. I started.
No.
I made it.
No,
what?
You started.
You started House
clan.
of L.
Oh, yeah.
But I started House of Zod.
Yeah, you started the House of Zod and you made me this clan. That's right. And you made me the thing.
I said it was our clan, and I'm going to give you
clan.
Ultimate decision.
Yeah.
Ultimate decision.
You said I don't want anything to do with
This is why there's not two leaders. See, if there could be two leaders, then it would have been. Anyways, so I didn't want responsibility, but when I found out it was Boneyard's clan, I said, I'm going to start House of L. And somebody had said that on the chat and stuff like that. So we started a Kryptonian family, living in harmony with one another.
Having a lot of fun. Let's talk about some of our wars. Now, I don't know if we talked about it in the last one. We had a perfect participation war where every single person in the I think it was
us too. No.
I think it was about 20 people in the House of Zod. You were still there.
Yeah, I'm still there.
All 4 of our accounts were there at the time. I think when we had a full participation. And
the perfect war.
And then the perfect war, we had 120 points out of 120 stars, which was like everybody was just super joyous, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
And then after that,
it was well fought too.
Yeah, and after that, we at the House of Zod, we had a war. I think we beat some guys by like 138 out of 150 to like 118, which is it was kind of close. I mean, we had to do our shit, but everybody worked together and did it.
Yeah.
Then I had a war that it was like 112 out of 9 for some jackals,
which sucks.
Well, we were just having fun. Like, this is crazy. We're just beating them up. Like, go. And there was one guy super high up that had a town hall outside. So I just sent everybody up there to get 1 star. Because all my low guys are like, they all maxed out their Clan Castle war loot.
Yeah.
Because they're like, holy shit.
And I attacked in that war, and I could have went for loot, and I was like, no, I'm going to go up. And I pushed myself against the guy who, because all the bottom stars, and we're going to talk all about that, but all the bottom things were done, and I was like, there's nothing I could do. And in those cases, in the last 2 wars with Zace, I've been attacking.
Trying to do it.
I'm going somebody that I could really push on.
Yeah, make it hard.
And this is
Push
Town Hall
yourself.
7. I just hit Town Hall 7.
Sure.
And so in our last war, Jesse went up against a Town Hall 9 and did a star. I believe just a star, but I'm
tried it, went after it.
Yeah,
and that loot is mad loot, when that's the thing. But
And that's
it's
what
more
I think,
about trying it out.
and that's what I think about with the current. Well, can we just get to the current war?
No, we can't. We got to go through this because we're not going to talk about. We're not going to get back to this once we change the subject. Okay. Miracle matchups coming up. So Zod was 118-9. It was fun, and then we had one that was like 95 to or 93 to 98, and we lost. And it was just like couldn't do it. Everybody did their shit. I had to boot some people out. Well, not that I had to boot them out. I was that the rule is they got booted out because they weren't around for 2 wars. And we'll talk about that in a second about what those rules are.
Notice it happened after your fearless co-leader created his own clan. I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait a second.
And my clan,
that one.
I'm just kidding.
And my clan was wide open for anybody, and it was a terrible idea. And then I lost again. It was like 104-98. It was a tough. Both those matchups were tough. Everybody, the other team, they all did their shit, and we tried our shit. Several people either didn't attack. One guy quit. I was so pissed. He quit on prep day.
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking dick. He'd been around for other wars.
Yeah.
And he was way down like Town Hall 6
In all
or something.
fairness, you did say people could stop by and say hi. And I think, at first a lot of people did. But now we're getting into serious wars.
Well,
and so,
we weren't warring all the time. And it was fine. Like anybody could come in and out, but people wanted to be there for a war.
Yeah.
And I was checking, like, you want to be here for a war? But, of course, that person had been here for a war, and then they left.
Right.
And maybe they weren't around when I pushed the button.
Yeah.
But they should have just let. But honestly, you should just, if you want to do that, do your attacks and then leave.
Yeah.
Even though you have to wait
because you can't war anywhere else.
Yeah, you have to. But then you're not stuck in a clan for another war. You don't get because he left on prep day. He had to wait 48 hours before he could.
No, I think it's a 12-hour cooldown. I
think you have to wait as long as the other clan is warring.
But if it's no, I think it's a 12-hour cooldown.
Okay.
Or a 1-day cooldown. So you don't have to do 20.
Maybe. If you leave on prep day, you don't have to wait till the war is over. But if you leave on war day, you have to wait till the war. I mean, that's the cutoff.
Yeah.
If I leave.
Thank God there's some rules because with
you'd be jumping. People would be jumping around like crazy and be totally.
We have been having in Zod and in L like the best spies ever.
That's super fun too.
And I've said before, that it was. Infiltration and intelligence is, the best.
Yeah,
part
right.
of war.
Well, espionage is part of war. It's a huge part of the war. You got to have intel. You don't just run onto a beach. I wonder how many Germans are behind that bunker. I'm just going to run at them with a gun.
And if you're in either of our clans, or each, we'll
get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
then that's the end, that
then,
we've got the best spies, and we're not going to. We want to give you a big shout out, but we're afraid to give you a really big shout out and say your name.
James Bond, you don't tell the actual name of the 007. You got to keep that shit. The knock list, man. Have you ever seen that movie with that guy, the short guy?
No. But what was the? Yeah, you don't want to.
What's his name? Tom Cruise, the guy on the couch. He's Ethan Hunt. What's the name of the damn movie?
That's how you describe Tom Cruise.
Yeah, the guy on the couch with that. Yes. I love this girl. Yeah. He's a total crazy person.
Okay. Yeah.
Mission Impossible. Yeah. Gotta keep the knock list secret.
All right.
Anyway, we're back to it. So that was a war. Then the last war started. Let's cut back to House of L. Run over to your wars real quick because some of them are hilarious.
We're undefeated at this point.
Well, you've had 3 wars. Big deal.
Yeah. 3 wars, but we're undefeated. So this war coming up is not only
it's
epic
huge.
it's
huge. Miracle matchup. It's
miracle match. Yeah, but it's also epic because L's undefeated.
Well, when you start out with a bunch of good players, but you don't have 50 guys. When you have 10 and 15 and 20, it's easy to win. We went 6 in a row. before we lost to it because we had 50 people in the clan, and a bunch of them were new.
All right, fine.
Don't try to tell me that
no, I'm telling you this.
I got 6 in a row.
No, it's easy to do 3 in a row, like to start off, because I think we got a really good team. So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
And so if you look at, we've been in 3 wars. We've won each one. The last one was a joke. They got 0 stars.
I know, it was hilarious.
Which means that they're going for the worst
fun.
Record.
I think so. Like why would you push the button if no? Now, here's the thing: they got not only get 0 stars, they had 0 attacks.
Right.
Not one of them attacked. I don't even know why you would do that. If you were at least if you were the guy and you had a bunch of non-active people and you were the leader,
right?
Would you think you'd attack?
Well, here's what came out of it, though.
Even if everybody you could still get war loot by beating up the small guys.
What happened then was because even though it was they got 0 stars, and it was let me see here.
They were the Smurfs. G Smurfs.
We had a 35 to 35. Okay. Well, we didn't have perfect attendance. I thought we did. But what we did, it was still 84 out of a possible. I guess what?
35 by 3. What's that? 70, 105?
Yeah, somewhere in there. Okay,
that's somewhere in there. It's 105.
Okay, whatever. I'm not. Okay.
It's that exactly.
I'm looking at the war. I'm trying to think about it. And so what happened was, and what I'm really happy with is that everybody in there pushed themselves in the attack because our spy had already infiltrated their clan. Saw their war record.
Knew that nobody was attacking. Nothing was in any of the clan castles.
Found out that if you click on the clan castle of a neighboring camp, it'll tell you the troop number in the castle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know that.
When you scout it, you can tell if something's. You can't tell what's in there because there's those big question marks, but you can see that there's something in there.
And I didn't know that.
Well, and all those guys had nothing.
Right.
Which was
no. There was some with 5 archers.
5 goblins. There weren't there goblins inside of them.
I don't know, but I don't think he.
And it's
actually
so weird because it wasn't like it was 35 noobs.
Right.
I mean, maybe they were. I don't really like using that word because I don't really understand what it means. I mean, newbies, yeah, right, but they were not new. They were established. Some of them were town hall 8s, 9s, 10, but nobody attacked. Well, I don't understand it. Like
that's the thing. And ever since we started another clan or second account,
well, you know what? They were the G Smurfs. They could easily be it could easily be a bunch of 5-year-olds.
But why would
5-year-olds phones?
But that push the same button. Anyways, they're probably going for.
Gavin knows how to work the thing. Jack knows how to play this game.
I also thought that maybe what they were doing was just giving people loot. They're just giving people loot. They don't have to, it doesn't matter to any of them if they're farming. They're just giving people loot. Like let people come in and as a clan. And so if you're a farming clan, maybe getting into a war is something that you just want to do.
And I thought about this when we started talking about this. If you did not want to war, like you didn't care about it at all, you're like, I don't really give it. So let's just get a bunch of people that don't care about it. We'll just hit war all the time and let whoever take our, who cares? But you would at least, like, everybody hits the bottom guy to get even losing war loot, right? But wouldn't you, like, if you're farming
12,
no,
you get something
gold and 12,000.
I mean, you wouldn't. You're wasting.
But if you're a leader of a clan that's farming, then maybe you just like hit the button, and then you're like, okay, we'll just give a clan of free loot in practice.
Well, granted, free loot and fun, and there you go.
Because it doesn't cost you anything to go into war.
But it wouldn't cost you. It would just be a regular farming army to go and battle. Somebody do a war battle. You just take a cheap farm army.
Yeah, you
on somebody
want
low.
To push yourself
On somebody low.
I don't know why I'm sticking up for them.
Yeah, right. You do it on somebody medium.
Right.
Because he's not.
And then take the losing war loot, which is something. It's got to pay for the army, right?
But this is a post clan war boneyard that we're talking to, because anybody that's listened to like the old episodes knows that you love sitting down at 72 and not pushing yourself at all.
That's fine because you get to destroy. Maybe they just like being submissive and they just want to get beat up because that's what happened.
No, but I could see you, Boneyard, down at 72 trophies going, you know what? I'm just fucking handing out war loot. Like, I don't care about what my clan's doing. Because, I mean, most of the game that you've played up to this point has been like
handing out trophies when
masses of troops and like minions, and it's been all about just like
ridiculous, just slaughter. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, there's one hog rider, and he comes rolling in. Hey, just because it's funny. Like, I'll spend an hour searching for the right camp to send one hog rider in for 5,000 total loot.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the post Clan Wars Boneyard that we're actually talking to. The general,
well, now
do you feel like you wish you would have upgraded a little bit more?
I feel like I wish I would have joined the army and became a 4-star general, because I want to direct my fellow Zodcasters to ruin this matchup. They're gonna.
So we're gonna.
I'm looking at Scotty, and he's wearing a T-shirt that makes me want to punch him in it because of this miracle matchup. We haven't got to it yet. We probably should
better
do it
just right now.
You're done with it. We done with the Zod and your thing?
Yeah, and I'll get back to L people because it's too much to hold in. Because we got here and we walk in the door and I'm giggling and you're giggling.
Oh yeah,
and we're all.
Scotty's neck is like scratched to hell because he's so nervous. Like, what happened to you?
I'm just scratching because I'm
scratching
all day long. I've been thinking about everything that's good. So last episode,
dun dun dun.
Lady Boneyard. I remember this because I was just putting the episode up today. Boaz says, and we've talked about this too, but he goes, "Wouldn't that be awesome if Zod and El got matched up against each other?" And Lady Boneyard in the background goes, "Oh, that would be a shit show. Can you imagine the shit that would go down?" And Boneyard's going, "Well, I'd throw my phone against the..." But it happened.
Guess what? It happened. The miracle matchup.
How did this happen?
Now, Scotty had 40 people.
Okay, so we said we're going to sync up, so
I had 40.
Push the button at the same time. Though.
Scotty had 39, and I had 46. And I said, I sent somebody over there. I can't remember who it was, but they were on. And I was like, "Hey, listen, since you're the only one that responded," I said, "Does anybody want to go over? I want to start 2 wars tonight. I want to make it even, so everybody can play." I can't remember who it was, but I was like, "Guess what? You're up." Lords 95, Lords with the Z.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, you're the only one who responded. Sorry, you got to go over there. And thank you. Go over there now. I'll accept you." And the player one accepted him. And then a little bit later on, I had texted you and I said, "Does anyone want to start this war?" And you're like, and then you got back to me, and I didn't see it right away. But you said, "Hey, let's do it now." I pushed the button, and I got that text later.
Because I'm like, well, we're at different levels.
Yeah,
because we said if we had the same number,
was right away when I started the House of L. I'm like, I can't wait to get him even. When I made the new clan,
okay,
and I was like, "Oh, Scotty, hurry up and join it." And then
I was already in House of L. I had to leave my clan that I had started because you said,
you had
already tweeted it out and accepted members. I had started it, and it was just ready to tell people, and then
No, I started the House of L, and I got people in it. The very first battle we had was... No, wait, I'm talking about the House of Zod. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about... Because the first battle we had, I had to get people off the interwebs.
Right.
But the House of L...
but it was the same thing. I started it, because he said, I'm going to start it tonight, and then... He texts me and he goes, I started it. He goes, "Come on over." And I had looked at it, and there's Boneyard with 5 people already in it. And
because that was like 20 minutes to half an hour later, and I was already telling people from the House of Zod, I was like, "Listen, I need to get 10 people over there so we can start a war on each one right now."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Let's start this war." So. Any volunteers who want to go over? Let me just get 9 people over there. I'm like, "Who's up?" They're like,
Dr. Deaths came.
Well, Captain Crazy Nuts and several people were like, "Okay, well."
I love that name.
Yeah.
Captain Crazy Nuts. Yeah, it's a good one. Several people were like, "Well, I'll go over." Like, I'm like, "Scotty will be there. I'll be there. Let's go. Let's double it up because this is all about the fans and the stands." And so people went so we could get it started. So you came over, you got in, and I started that war with 10 people.
We accepted you.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what happened was I had 45 and you had 40, and you hit the button. And then I was like, oh shit, Scotty's already did it. So I I got on both of my phones, and I'm like, okay, Scotty already started. I'll start mine. And then I checked later, and I got beep, boop, beep. And I looked at my phone, and it says, the House of Zod has declared, because I saw it on the other phone first, on my cracked phone. It said, the House of Zod has declared war on you. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's not the right sentence. It's the House of Zod has declared war on who? I'm like, well, wait. I'm like, no. And those cracks, I couldn't, my screen's cracked. So I'm like, did I read that right? And I'm like, moving it around, like, And I turned them both on, and what the fuck?
I know. I went in.
I couldn't believe it. Everybody in both kinds, like, how did this happen?
Because I was over and I think I was raiding with Xaeus at the time, and I went back to go.
Because you had,
I was going to say, I wonder how long this takes, and I started typing it, and I go, oh my god, I can't believe it, or something. And I looked down, and I went over, and I looked, and it was kind of like surreal moment where I'm like, wait a second. And I'm going, wait, which account am I in? And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, and you look at it on, you sent out the picture. I immediately took a picture.
I thought you had 4. I didn't even think it was even possible.
Right. Well, I took a picture immediately, and I'm like, this is crazy. But you had already tweeted it. Like, you had already seen it and put it out there. House of Zod versus House of L. Like, it says that on the thing. I'm like, this is fantastic. Well, one of my guys was ineligible for war. And I didn't know it.
But I didn't realize that. For the first few hours, I thought it was Supercell
giving it to us. Yeah. Well, so I have 5 guys that can't in my clan that can't be in the war, and actually, I may have 1 or 2 more now. I think I'm still at 45 people, but because I closed the clan and shut it down after the war started. I'm like, we're done dealing with new people. Like, this is happening.
Right.
Because we need to buckle down and tighten the reins and fucking start cracking the whip. Because the general is ready for war. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Epic. The miracle matchup. Because, you know what, Scotty?
What?
Now that we've said this is happening, I have to tell you, you will kneel before Zod.
That's the thing. That's exactly the reason why it is so important in this war.
Get your knee pads, buddy.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, it's happening.
No, I think I think L is gonna.
You're gonna have to call your mummy because you're gonna get beat up.
We got people in this war who are coming off a fresh win who just pushed themselves.
And we just came off 2 losses, so we know we were gonna bust your ass. We are hungry for it, and we've just been cleaning house. A bunch of people got kicked out because they weren't playing. Let's do that real quick. Rules of war. Okay, isn't this awesome, everybody? You're listening to it? It's a fucking war! Okay, rules of the war.
Told you it was going to be a shit show.
Rules of the war. One of the things that we talked about, did we, you're in a war, you get promoted and demoted kind of thing. Did we talk about that last time?
Yeah.
You talked about that with Boaz?
We talked about that with, no, that's right. We talked about your rule that was...
Okay, this is what I came up with while Zod was going on, even before...
if you're in the war...
H-O-E. Ho!
If you're in a war, then and you get elder...
Right, if you bunch of hoes.
By participating in the war. If you don't participate in the next war... If you don't participate in the next war, after...
So, you're in a war, if you're a new member and you're in a war, and you participate... And you participate well. Not that you really have to do well, but you try and you listen to advice.
Here's what it is you participate well by not going somebody way down low and like breaking
you fight well. You listen to advice. You don't just poach some idiot at the bottom,
right?
And get no stars, which has happened, and I've had to kick somebody.
The problem is you didn't listen to your clan mail,
right?
You know, and if you listen to
participation, and that's part of participation.
Yeah. So as long as you do 2 attacks.
So you don't even need to do 2 attacks if it didn't happen. If if it just doesn't work out. If I understand that you are mid range, all of the mid range people are 3-starred, and you don't attack, I'm not going to hold it against you. But if I needed your attack, I'm going to be pissed that you didn't. You know.
See, I'm operating the opposite way because for me now,
well, let me just finish that. So the plan was, if you participate in a war and you're a new member, you get promoted to elder, and then you remain elder as long as you participate in every war. If you are an elder and you don't participate in a war, if you've got 2 attacks that you don't take, you get, no matter, if you get 2 attacks that you don't take, you get demoted to member, unless there's a reason. Unless you call me and say, or you chat, call me. Unless you chat and say, hey, listen, I was out of town for the weekend, or my phone broke. All these things have happened.
Right.
One guy, hey, I'm busy fighting fires. I'm like, awesome, dude. Weston.
Fuck you, you're out of the ground.
Well, I'm like, where the hell is he? I made him elder because he's a super fan in the stand. And then he's like, dude, I'm super, super busy. I think he's fighting fires in California. I'm not sure. Do you know?
I don't know.
He's super busy. He's fighting wildfires.
Are you talking about Wesley?
What? Weston. Maybe he's not one of the. I'm not talking about Sir Wesley. That was a different guy.
Okay.
This is Weston. Anyway, he's a firefighter. Big up to him for doing that. But we're trying to have wars, and he's just not around. So he got demoted, and then he got kicked out because he just hadn't been there for several wars. And I let him. The kick out notice was, hey, dude, I need you. We're active. When you have time to play again, come back. That's fine. Awesome. He's a fan. And that's pretty much the kick out notice for everybody. Sorry you're going to be around. One of the people I did that to is in your clan now. Sister Pringle. She was the first person to say, I will kneel before Zod in the request. And I thought that was awesome. That was just the greatest. Undal was in the clan at the time, and he was like, whoa, that's quite the request.
And thank you. And Sister Pringle emailed and said, hey, sorry, I can't remember what it was. I can't pull up the email right now.
Well, you know what? It happened.
And I said, come to, I'll relay the Boneyard, or I'll relay the message to Boneyard. It was sorry, something happened.
And that's fine, but I wanted to start another war right away.
Come to L if you want.
Sure. And that's the thing. Okay, so if you're an elder and you're not around, you get demoted to member. And if you're a member, and if you're a new member and you don't play or you don't play right,
well, I'm
you're
willing
out.
to help. I'm willing to help with the new members.
I try.
Well, and you can't say play right because you have to say play by Boneyard's rules.
Well, not.
Well, you're talking about attacks,
and I'm talking about don't. If you try to attack with what the plan is, and even if straight across doesn't work for you, move down the list until you can try to do something, or ask about it, or be involved, be active. The thing is, be active. Yeah. Participate, be active.
I'm going to give a big shout out to Sir Perry because here's why.
Oh yeah, we got him in too. He was a tweeter guy. I got him in over there.
Here's why I want to.
It took a while too because I had to add him to my. He's like the only other person in my Player One's Game Center.
Oh really?
Me, Boneyard, and then him because I had to add him so I could invite him.
Okay.
Because he got in, but he didn't say something about the podcast, so somebody kicked him out right away. Because he got in and then didn't like. That's the thing that's what everybody's been doing.
Can I finish my shout out?
I guess so.
Okay. Big shout out to Sir Perry because here's what.
Thanks to the beer, babe.
He goes into war and he was the lowest one in the last couple wars, but he's said in the chat, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to use spells, and that's why tonight before with this epic matchup, I wanted to do let's do an episode where we talk about the basics for some of the people, but he has been in the everyday game been saying, what did I do wrong? Can you help me out? Or, how can I 2-star this person? Or how, because some people are really new to the game.
Right.
And you forget that.
That goes both ways.
But he's been asking for advice.
And I'm more than happy to give it to him. Really happy he's playing. And I'm more than happy to give him advice. I'm happy because he's an adult. A lot of I've had to deal with some people who are, hey, how about this? What do you think of this? What do you think about base now? What do you think about base right now? Because they're 12. And that's hard. That's a little harder. You know what I mean? Sir Perry will come across as, hey, I really need some actual advice and strategy advice, and I will listen to what you say.
Right.
But some people who maybe aren't as experienced or mature will be like, "What do you think of this? What do you think of this? What are you wrong?" And then ask you every time, and then never listen to anything.
That's why we're really adult clan.
Well,
Clans.
yeah, I don't. It was a rule right away in Zod. Like right away, I was like, I had to kick somebody out. I had to kick somebody out because of maturity level. When we talked about that,
yeah.
And still, there's a lot of people like, "Oh, I'm playing on my buddy's iPad because it got taken away because we're in fucking class." And I'm like, "Oh God, no, I don't think you're sticking around, man."
So what do you say on the goodbye messages?
I'm like, hey man, keep it classy. Listen to the podcast. We need people that can play and are adults. I don't know.
Starting to get there.
It changes for each one. I don't want to just say, hey, adults only, because that's not technically true. So I don't want to say somebody's immature. So it might say, hey, we got to play. We got to have people who aren't going to have their teacher.
If their device taken away.
And sometimes it's just. It's just the default message because I don't want to take the time to tell you, dick. You know what? You're fucking out. Click. And that's happened. That's happened plenty of times.
You're fucking out.
Yeah, and exactly.
You're fucking in.
You're fucking out. Done. Hey, how old are you? I'm 16. Why? So and so has been kicked out of a clan.
See, I don't.
That's why.
Yeah. Well, it's just like if you're going to participate, not talk shit, and be a civil human being.
That's an important one too. There's plenty of adults that are fucking jerk offs, like myself. But but some of them take it a little too far. I mean, we're not. We're jerk offs and assholes. We're not fucking bigots and racists.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a difference.
Yeah.
Humor can trump a lot of things. But take it too far. In 140 characters, it doesn't really work.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you know what I mean. So So be adult about it.
Right.
Be a human being.
So
even though you're a jerk off or an asshole, that's fine.
We are only 1 hour and 42 minutes away from the start of the epic war between.
Oh my god! It's so huge.
I think we've been avoiding the topic.
I know.
It's like we want to talk about it.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. We've been working on it. I've been talking to. I don't really want to get into a lot of it because I don't want to tell you the things that I'm working on for the war against you.
I know. I was thinking about that also. As
a lot of the things that I still have planned to happen.
Okay.
I don't want you to know about.
Well, here's a shit show. This is already a shit show.
Well,
right.
Because
there's high stakes. Yeah. There's very high stakes.
Very high.
Because anybody listening knows that.
I'm really happy I'm not a part of this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I went back to Minnesota Nice. I spent about a week in House of Zod and went back to Minnesota Nice.
Yeah.
It got and now I don't get to see you in this chat anymore.
And so we declared war and tweeted it out.
What I'm up to with all these shenanigans.
People started coming, fans started coming who we've had around a long time, or and some of the fans that have been around a long time.
I went over to the Zod list earlier.
Antioch is back in.
We could probably go over all 100 people.
Oh, really? We'll take another 3. I'm happy we did the shout outs, but for God's sakes.
That lasted
2 episodes full?
That lasted 3 episodes.
No, and it's awesome to be able to shout out, but it was.
But I had to tell the backstory about everybody.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was new at the time, and big ups to all those people, and most of them are still in the clan, but whatever.
Yeah.
I have a shout out for Sir Mason.
Uh-oh.
So,
okay.
I'm here. He was the one that said, "Who is Lady Boneyard?"
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody, and I'm like, do you even listen to this, man? Like, what? Who's Lady Boneyard? Like,
And I think it was Ghost that said.
Maybe I don't understand. Maybe
I'm not sure who said it.
Like she actually wants to know who that person is in relation to me. But if you wanted to know what, there's a Lady Boneyard. I've never even heard or seen that before. You might get kicked out of the clan as a non-listener. So I had to clarify that shit with him.
So,
but somebody else did it for me.
A couple of people did it for you quite well.
Very succinctly.
Props to them.
So this war, because Boneyard will never shut up if we win the war.
You know what?
If we lose the war, you'll never shut up.
You have to say who and who because
you know what?
Big shout out to King Richie. He said, "Shout me out," and that's true because there's a bunch of people I really want to.
I want to talk about everybody in both clans. I seriously want to spend 2 hours talking about every single person in both clans,
Right.
and because they're my clanmates.
Michael, we talked about him in a couple of them.
Couple times,
and he's back in the clan for this war.
Yeah.
I'm really glad because he's been doing good. Donkey Nuts, Matt, Captain. We already shouted him out. Captain Crazy Nuts,
Just like that.
and Cornhead. Corey,
yeah.
Corey from Twitter is in the clan.
Yeah, I was
which
like,
is awesome.
I didn't know that he was in it. I didn't. Most of the people in
Loch Ness, and there's some pictures I wanted to get to because I've taken screenshots of like questions or things
Yeah.
that people have done all week. And when this war came out, it was like, okay, it just trumps everything
Yeah,
right now.
right.
But
It's
we'll get
ridiculous.
to that stuff because, and some of the things I want to get to that we talked about were jokes that came about strategy, and so I don't want to share.
Yeah,
But we're talking to our fans because we're talking to our clans too because this is going up.
Yeah,
tonight
right. Yeah, this is for the fans in the stands in the clans.
in the clans.
Oh,
and the
I
fans.
just coined a new one.
Yeah.
And we're back with the fans in the stands and the clans. I'm your man, Big Boy. I'm your boy, Scotty, talking the miracle matchup. Do I sound like I'm on old timey radio?
Yes, you do. So
All right, listen.
here's my strategy. Here's what I want people to do. If you're listening, I want everyone in the clan to, if you can, attack straight across. And then
That's what they should do.
What I
Everybody in the
really
House of
want
L should
is-
go attack straight across first attack straight across.
so this is a big war
Yeah,
because
that's what the House of L should do.
right. And we have all the intel, just like we've had in all the past wars.
Yeah, we
And so-
had spies in the past wars, and actually the same guy is spies in this war, but so are you and I.
Right.
We decided that looking at traps and it is okay.
Well, yeah, because
It
obviously
has to
we're
be.
going to do it. There's too many people in either both clans or not. So
Right.
it's like
It
all
ha-
the
it has to be
intel is
okay.
out there.
It has to be okay, otherwise we could say it wasn't okay, and I would do it anyway. And somebody might be pissed, but of course I'm Zod and you're L, so you are all about fortitude and honesty, and Zod is about winning because he's a general. He knows about war, and you have to do that kind of thing
We'll
sometimes.
see. If he kneels, if he has to kneel, oh, you're going to eat it.
You're in big
okay.
trouble.
So here's what I want. If you can,
I don't know. You know, you can get your jaw open that far.
I want at least the top 15 to hold back for a while. I want the middle guys to, if you can, on your first attack, go straight across. At least if you can 2-star, if there's a possible 2-star. So if it's an impossible match where you're just like, I don't think I can 2-star, that means a town hall and 50%.
All right.
of
This
the base.
episode and this war is brought to us by Bud Light, refreshing and delicious.
Not really, but maybe one day, right?
It's always refreshing and delicious.
No, but brought to us by free advertising. Jeez.
Hey,
Okay.
no, it is because I'm working on it.
All right.
Or what do you got over here?
I have had a
Don Q Cristal minis, Puerto Rican rum minis.
Yeah.
in his
I've had a couple. I've had a couple.
in your Pepsi,
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. All right,
Okay.
all right. Maybe you
okay.
want to. You're a hipster and you want to dig on the Don Q Cristal Puerto Rican rum with Pepsi of all things.
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi, even worse. Or just go with a nice solid Bud Light,
Okay.
which is
Anyways.
solid. Anheuser-Busch.
So if you know what,
American beer,
what I want,
owned
Made
by
in South
the
Africa.
marching
made in
orders,
South Africa, owned by Swedes.
the marching orders of this war is to push yourself, to push. If you get 1-star on your first attack, that's what I'm asking for. Is the first attack that you push yourself, and then if possible, because some people have to go. Like they can only be on for a couple hours here or there.
Right.
If your second attack, then I want that one to go for what you can 3-star.
Yeah, okay, so that's the marching orders to the
Not
House
an
of L.
overwhelming 3-star.
That is the marching
or
orders
wait-
to House of L. Is
or
what you're
wait
saying?
for directions.
That's what you're telling me. That's the House of L.
Yes.
Okay. Good work. House of L, do that. Go for 1-star on your first attack. That's a great plan. Go for 1-star, and then try to get another star for your second attack. Perfect plan. I also have a message for House of L. We take defectors. Go ahead and quit right before the war starts. Dump your clan castle, and then put your town hall outside and come over to the House of Zod. And
because this isn't going up till the start of war.
Because listen, we're going to be winners anyway. You might as well be on the winning team. A general knows how to battle. Yeah.
He's completely forgot that we're in each other's clan. That we're like a clan family.
We are in a clan family, but right now we're battling. And this is the House of Zod versus the House of El. Who do you think's gonna stick to the rules?
Really hope we win.
Who do you think's gonna stick to the rules? Yeah, I'll tell you no subterfuge, no sabotage. But of course I would tell you that. I'm fucking lying to your face, man. I know I shouldn't say this to you, but I'm not telling you any of my plan. So that's the House of L's plan. This podcast is going.
Go be cowards.
This podcast is going up before
defectors,
before the end of the war.
Right.
It is going up before the end of the war. End of the war, right?
Be known as a podcast coward.
No, there's no coward. There's no cowardice in coming back to the winning team. The House of Zod is the start of this. The House of El, what did they do? They burned up on the planet Krypton. The House of Zod kneels to no one. Scotty showed up here wearing a Superman t-shirt, so he's got the big fucking S on his chest like a jerk off. Yeah, and his baby blue t-shirt. You want, that's your legacy, Superman.
What are you talking?
I'm talking about how crappy it's going to be in the House of El after we beat you. Just leave now, guys. Come over to the House of Zod. I will embrace you with loving arms. In fact, the first 10 people that defect get to come on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
I'll give you free swag. Free swag. I'll give you.
Go. How do you do a podcast again? I'll hold my phone up to.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you on the phone.
The first 10 people that defect get a free little bony, a Zod bony, that you can kneel before and put it in part of your move your little.
We'll win anyways.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah. Defect anyways. Yeah.
No,
Jesus Christ. You are fucking like...
Yeah. I got more plans. I can't tell you all of them. But, but you're going to know about defecting because I'm going to post it in your on the clan mail there. I already did post the clan mail to
I've
you
been
guys.
watching you talk about defecting.
I posted a clan mail to the House of El. I was like, oh man, we should probably just all quit now because there's no way we're going to beat these guys. I keep putting that on the chat. You know, like, we can't. There's no way we can stand up to the might that is the House of Zod.
Oh my God.
We should just quit now.
You should just quit now.
You have a lot of members that were originally House of Zod members that went over there.
Yeah.
And they may come back.
Well, they came over for a reason, Boneyard.
Because I asked them to.
Oh my God. This is... I'm sitting in the studio, and the war hasn't even started.
Diabolical shits, dude.
So next time, it doesn't matter because if L loses, I'm gonna hear the same shit anyways that I hear every episode. And if L wins, there's no way I can rub it in Boneyard's face.
I'm gonna call bullshit. I'm gonna be like,
he can dish it out.
Oh, by the way, I was in contact with Supercell. I have a secret weapon.
Yeah.
It's a secret code. You punch it in. As long as you get one star, and it takes like 45 seconds to do, you have to have a certain lineup of troops, and you lay them in a certain order, you get an automatic 3 stars.
Yeah.
And I'm telling my crew that secretly on the side.
And I'm in your clan chat.
No, I have on my own line and kick or those weird things.
On the line?
On the line, yeah. Those weird things.
Christ.
Yeah.
So this is about to happen. I've been practicing all day
to fight me. And here's the other thing. This is the best part. This is probably the best part of this whole thing is that Scotty and I are both number 3.
Yeah.
So we're actually, when we've always gone, go straight across. We are actually up against each other.
Yeah. So
I'm really excited to see how that plays out.
Oh, I've got Boneyard like nothing else.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to come in with his
I don't know if I can quite
spells.
3-star him.
I expect you to 2-star me.
Yeah.
You're better than me. You're a higher rank than me. I'm
number 3.
Well, when you and I are in the same clan, you're usually like 5 or 6 spots
Because
above
you've been dicking around.
No, seriously though, you've been
Yeah.
playing longer and you play more and you're.
I don't know if I play more than
Well, what level are you?
120. We've been playing a week,
What level are you?
like 127.
I'm 120. So you are farther up than I am.
Well, I donate more troops than you do.
Well, that's true too. But you have, your defenses are higher than mine. A lot of them.
Right.
You've upgraded your infernos and stuff. Like I haven't. You got a lot of
What
your
have you been
troops
doing
up
the whole time?
I don't play as much as you do, man. I don't devote my life to this whole game.
Shut up.
Only my days, not my nights.
Oh, my
When
God.
I'm at work and there's nobody around. Because tomorrow, the bosses aren't at work. I am not turning this thing off. I'm like, listen, you guys, whatever you need, I'm going to be gemming out troops all day. So this goes out to the House of Zod. Let's fucking do this. Stick together. We know our plan.
Yeah, listen to Boneyard's advice. Because
We know our plan. It's not go straight across and make a fight. It's go straight across and get 3 stars if you can. I want everybody to get 3 stars on their first attack. So that means go straight across or go down until you can 3-star.
Okay.
Bottom guy, all the top guys are waiting till later.
I hope you're waiting till later because you're lucky to get it down 9 the way that you have been. And see, this is why I think Zace and Player 1 should sit out.
Practice? I don't practice. I haven't I've probably attacked with Boneyard 3 times in the last 3 weeks, just to dump whatever guys I've been making before the war. I dump all the wizards and witches into a battle, and then I start doing hogs and wizards.
So are you going to attack me?
I guess I have to. I mean, I really can't. I've been looking at. I've been staring at your base for, I don't know, 24 hours straight. I guess every time I log on, I look at your base for a little bit, and then I go off and talk to other people or look around because I don't battle with Boneyard anymore. I'm just making troops and making sure I'm getting people on their shits. I got to have fucking 30 witches by the time war starts, so I can get half my guys set up. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna go after you. I'm gonna fucking trump you. I'm gonna get 2 for sure. Oh my god, it's so much. I'm about.
Poor Lady Boneyard.
I got 1 day, and
I sit through this on a daily basis. I don't know why this is any different. I called it last week when I said this was going to be a shit show.
Yeah, so the showdown is on.
The shit showdown
by
is
accident
on.
too. I mean, we didn't even try it. We started with different numbers at different times, and bing bong bing, skiddly beep boop, skiddly boop.
So
House of L dies.
I put a call into Supercell and said,
Yeah.
"Can you hurry up and make this
Make
shit
this
happen?"
happen already.
I think
sick
Player
of
1 and
listening to
Zace should sit out.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think we should battle. I think we should probably battle right away.
No, I don't think
you should
either
go
one
for
of
your.
us.
You should definitely get at least 3 stars. with
No,
this.
because here's why.
Why?
Because if you did a battle like you did in the last one, I would have thought you threw it.
with the
You dropped
Man.
the heal spell
Oh
off
god,
to
I
the
was
side.
so pissed. I had a level 4 dragon. I'm little player 1. It was like, oh, this guy has all of his defenses compartmented way up in the corner. Like it's just boom, they're all in the corner, and the town hall's outside, and then everything else is way over here. And then there's a bunch of like walls all around to make it like hard to start. And I'm like, oh my god, this looks easy. And I went in and I took some archers to knock out a couple of wizards, and then I sent the dragon in and let him do his thing. Put a heal on him. There weren't any fucking people in the clan castle, and the dragon's doing his thing, and my barbs and archers are just kind of cleaning up around the outside and keeping defenses busy. I healed him. He went in and he kept doing harder, and then I went to go drop a bunch of archers on the outside, like the rest of my guys, so they could come in a wave. And a fucking heal spell dropped way the hell out in the middle of nowhere, like blocks and blocks away from where this battle's happening. I was so pissed. And then then all my guys are dead, and that one dragon is still walking around, just burning shit. I quit before,
and it died.
And then it died. I quit before the battle was over because I had 80%, 65% didn't have the town hall, and there's no way it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like the thing turned. There was one,
and
air
that's
defense.
exactly why I think Xace and Player One should sit out. Because if it happens again, you'll be accused of throwing the battle.
The general knows how to win a battle. Yes, I have somebody else over there. I might dump my town hall, dump my clan castle right before the war starts. That's a fucking legitimate war maneuver.
All right.
You better keep an eye on that shit. And I'm going to keep. I shouldn't even be telling you this. I'm kind of pissed that I just said that to you.
That's what Xace is doing right now.
Yeah, well, you're going to get filled up immediately.
Huh?
What?
Let's see here. Oh, Boaz is ready to come on in. So why don't we wrap this up?
What are we at? 52 minutes? Okay.
So let's wrap this up.
We're talking about war. We're talking about having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Big ups to all. Big ups to
like a lot of fun.
Does not sound like fun to me.
Big ups to the House of Zod. We didn't go into our war strategy because we don't need to tell Scotty shit. Basically, it is,
I can just listen on the clan chat.
Basically, it's the same thing. Well, I've already put it out to everybody and make sure that everybody's telling everybody else. And you get my clan.
All right.
I considered kicking you out immediately. Like, even though I'm not gonna get your two things, but then you're not gonna be able to spy on me. And
But there's so many other spies.
Yeah, and okay, well, maybe we can talk the spies into being double and triple reverse spies.
Right. Okay.
That's
all right.
the
Let's
thing.
end this because we gotta wait.
Okay.
We gotta get Boaz on the line here.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. So I considered kicking you out, but then you're just going to kick me out right away, and I don't want to be out of that. So we're in it because we decided that yes, spying is
Okay.
legit.
So you're okay. So you're not gonna play it right with. Well, you know what? Let's end this, and then we're gonna bring Boaz in.
Okay, we'll bring Boaz in a second. L versus Zod. Who's going to win?
Oh, so okay.
That's it, man. Which one of those two houses would win in real life? On Krypton, in real life. Well, I know which one does win because
right.
The Bottle City of Kandor would be a great clan name for the Kryptonian family for really tiny accounts. Like because the Bottle City of Kandor is a miniaturized city.
Find out what happens. This is the prequel part 1.
Oh, this is gonna be
part
so
2, and then we'll have to do the post wrap up. Boaz.
All right, so that's it. House of Zod. I'm counting on you guys. Ghost, Monster, all my peeps. Jedi, I can't even do it fast enough. Cruel, Admiral Clark, everybody. Death Noise is in there. Some Mighty Milo, Tyler B is doing it. Kenny Powers is over there.
We're wrapping this up.
I'm going on the list from Mason. We got Nico 2. We got Ryan still.
Hey, House of L. Your shouts are coming.
I got the Get Up Kids. Oh, he's a good one. I got
okay. All right, get a hold of us at Clash of Clans Podcast at gmail.com, at WBSMT Radio, on Twitter.
Pegzilla, Barcher, Nick Jr. Nick Jr.'s been around since the start. He was the first.
Clash Clans Podcast. Keep it classy, everybody.
Keep it classy.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.